Hello and welcome back to another Omniheroes video. In this video we're just going to have a look at Rift Odyssey. So we should be going from Nightmare 51 all the way through to Nightmare 75. Now this is the team setup that I used to beat the previous Nightmare 50. Of course, we've just gone all Mystifiers damage. I'm not too sure if this is going to be the setup required, but I do kind of need Dullahan on the team now. And the reason for that is primarily because I now have Gaia up to 7 stars, and I have Dullahan up to 7 stars as well. So what does that mean? Why is that important? Well, the first thing is the Deviant Synergy. So, Deviant Synergy, if you have 2 on the team, at the start of battle, increases leech rate and attack of all allies by 15% and 20% respectively. So that's a 15% leech rate increase and attack of 20% as well. And at the start of battle, this is the important bit, all allies receive 2 stacks of Holy Shield. Each stack can block 1 instance of damage. So what does that mean? That means that we will now no longer die to reflect damage, specifically against the all Dooms team on the enemy side, and we shouldn't die right off the bat. It also means that we can block 2 instances of corrode damage when it starts, so it means that we won't be a unit down either. So we will be running Dullahan. I have also been able to get Karnak up to 2 stars. I did pull Karnak from the Oracle Summon, and I also pulled a copy from his ticket, I believe. So you can pick up a ticket that has the, what do you call it, on it? You can pick up a ticket that has at the end of Abyss, which does have Karnak on it, and I have prioritized getting my Karnak up to 2 stars so we can trigger Celestials. Now it is just for Dahlia to get up to my 2-star mark, so we can get that Celestials trigger. Celestial trigger, also very, very important. Let me just show you. If we have 1 Celestial on the team, which we do, at the start of battle increases crit by 15% and attack by 25% for all allies, and that's just for having 1 Celestial. So that's what we've got at the moment. When we get to 2, at the start of battle, increases crit rate by 15% and attack by 50% for all allies. Very strong, but when an ally unit dies, purifies all debuffs on all allies and dispels all buffs from all enemies. This includes Holy Shield, this includes Shield, this includes attack up, HP up, you name it, it's on there, typically anyway. It won't be for things like control effects, like the Taunt ability, but I think we should be fine. So these are the units that I'm going to run. Again, they're all relatively low star. Elisha still 1 star. Dahlia still 1 star. Again, the other 3 that I do have are up to 7 stars. I keep saying that because it's 1 purple star and 1 2-star. Just, yeah, technically it is 6 and 7 stars respectively. So as you can see, we've applied that Holy Shield at the start of battle, which is it will give us 2 instances of protection. We don't get any additional Holy Shield from Banner because my Banner is only 1 star, but we use it there primarily for the 100 relic energy that it does provide. So very, very strong, and it allows us to get these corrodes in as well when normally we wouldn't. So Gaia does increase our attack and defense. As you can see, we've currently got Genesis Glow only at 4 at the moment. So technically this orb or the Cursed Vessel, it does not apply. It does not work for Gaia. I'm not too sure as to why that is. Maybe because it would be too broken, potentially. A bit like Emily's exclusive runes. That is very busted on a team like this as well. So the main focus for this team, we do have Gaia, Gaia and Dullahan, who will provide those corrode stacks and give us damage increase and damage reduction. We also have Elisha on the team, who will, every time we get a critical hit, like that for example, we will increase our entire team's attack and HP. We have Dahlia, who will switch with the unit on the front row, so we'll switch with Dullahan, and effectively she'll increase her own attack by up to 1500% and also increase Dullahan's attack by up to 1500% and increase both of their HPs up to a maximum of 3,000%, which is why you'll often see at the very end of things, Dahlia and Dullahan both survive, or Dahlia and whoever you've got on that front row both survive. So that's the team setup. Karnak is there every time we get a crit. We do get a heal as well. So what we're going to do is we are going to auto battle through. Just save me clicking, save my brain power. I am off today, so I'm going to be making a lot of these videos, going to be setting them for a release over the next couple of days. So if you are a member, I know that there's 3 of you. You will get early access to these videos, and I will be posting the sort of more pay-to-win stuff later on as well. So I am going to go through hell difficulty with the pay-to-win account, and I'm going to go up to Nightmare 100, hopefully. Hopefully, if all things go well. Go up to Nightmare 100 with this account, or with this free-to-play account, just so you can see the tactics that I'm using. So Dahlia did go down in that one, unfortunately, and I think it was primarily because of the Phantom synergy, and because in that with the Phantoms, with units like Sylvan, Dullahan, not Dullahan, Minotaur, Franz, they typically, they'll run a Verdian lineup as well, so potentially like Merlin or something like that. But they will do a lot of attacks to this front row at the very, very start of the battle, which is why those Holy Shields are really, really important. They also do a lot of reflect damage as well. Avengers shouldn't be too difficult, it's just outlasting the Avengers, typically. So this is what I mean. So if we confirm here, and let's have just a quick watch of this battle and how the Holy Shield interacts with the reflect rate. So typically what I've seen is at the very start, if you've got no Holy Shields applied, you will just go straight down. As soon as you declare an attack, you go straight down. And the reason for that is because of the reflect rate on these guys is very, very high. Or it can be potentially very, very high. What we need is those first couple of attacks. And the reason that we need those first couple of attacks in is so that we can start to build up with Gaia and with Elisha's passives as well. So Gaia will provide damage reduction every time we apply Stack of Corrode, which we are doing every time Gaia attacks. And also when Dullahan does as well. As you can see, the relic has not triggered the increase of damage and damage reduction for Gaia, but we do get a crit there with Karnak. Karnak, every time he crits, every time an ally crits, you gain health equal to the damage done, or 50% of the damage done, but yeah, that was a lot. Unfortunately, no crit there, which means that our HP does go up a little bit, so we must have got a couple of crits. But every time we get a crit, like this, for example, we will heal back a lot of that HP, and we will also get an attack increase and HP increase as well. Now, these are the artifacts that I'm running. As you can see, got Pursuit Dart, which is why Elisha was able to double ultimate there, because you have a chance based on your speed. So here we go. Dahlia going to do a little bit of damage. It's reasonable, I would say. Getting a couple of crits in here, but then the second time round, got to be really, really strong. Now, if we do start to struggle, what I would suggest, so if you don't have, say, Dullahan, for example, you can run Atrops as well. Atrops will allow for Dahlia to switch. So Dahlia switches with Atrops, and then your team will do absolutely massive damage based on that. Also, another reason as to why we're double ultimating is because of Grace of Shadow. So Grace of Shadow, every 20 energy increases dodge of all allies. Each dodge consumes 100 energy, and all allies cast an ultimate after dodging an attack. So we are able to cast our ultimates outside of rounds 2 and 5 and whenever it is, and the reason for that is because we dodge an attack. We've got our energy built up, and then Dahlia has been able to dodge an attack, and then we launch an ultimate attack. We then get this, so allies launch 1 additional strike when dealing crit damage. If we crit on that ultimate, we will then ultimate again. So just something to keep in mind. That's a relatively good combination, I would say. And I just wanted to show off, we did take a lot of damage from attacking through when we did not have Holy Shield. If we had attacked all the way through, or if we'd attacked basically without that Holy Shield in the very first turn, my entire team would have gone down. Doesn't matter how many DD units you have, doesn't matter how much or how high the star level typically. As long as you're attacking first, then you will oftentimes find yourself losing against that Reflect team. And again, it's primarily because their attack is so high. And the easiest way, or the only way really, to counter that is to have 2 DD units on the team, 2 or more. Should I say 2 or more? And it's that those 2 Holy Shield stacks right at the start is the key, realistically, in order to beat these guys. So we shouldn't have too much difficulty with this team. It was a Verdient Monarch team. The Monarch team can be very, very strong, especially if they have 2 Celestials. The reason having 2 Celestials on the enemy Monarch team is very, very strong is primarily because you just don't see these guys go down too often. Like, this might be a bit of an issue, but it doesn't seem to be. Dahlia doing the business here. Again, Dahlia only 6 stars. You only need 1 copy of Dahlia to do what I'm doing at the moment. Elisha and Gaia do help very much. Another thing another reason as to why I leveled my Gaia up over, say, getting a copy of Arthur or getting a copy of Audrey or getting any other unit, getting Gaia up to that 7 stars is her secondary passive. So in fact, we'll go through 74. We'll finish this one. What time are we on? Oh, I got plenty of time. Right, we'll confirm this. Go through it, beat this stage, jump into next. We'll have a look at this boss in a minute, and I'll show you the exact tactic in order to beat this boss. But the reason that I got Gaia up to... Hold on. The reason that I got Gaia up to 2 stars is to unlock this passive. Gaia possesses a unique power of law that reduces the speed of all enemies by 30. This applies not only to our team, not only to PvE, but also to PvP. This in PvP gives you a massive advantage if all of your units strike first, which typically they will do. There are a couple of exceptions, of course. Units with lower than 100 speed, like Gwyn, for example, or Macaria, I think, has lower than 100 speed. But those units that do have, I know Katrina as well has lower than 100 speed. If you have a copy of Wu Zetian the Empress, then she is currently the fastest unit in the game, and her speed goes down to 105 with enemy Gaia on the field, so she will still be able to get an attack in before some other units as well. So it's not always your entire team goes first, but more often than not it will. Additionally, if the total number of corrode stacks on all enemies exceeds 100, Gaia will gain invincibility. This is irrelevant. I have never seen this, well, I've seen it a couple of times kick in Rift Odyssey specifically, because we do have Sinful Band. So Sinful Band increases the corrode stack limit by 20. So we can get up to that massive attack stat there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take this out, and then we're going to move all the way down, and we do have the counter-attack horn. So after triggering, dodge retaliates with a basic attack against the attacker during battle. We're going to take out increased attack, and then we are going to go for increased dodge rate. So the way that we want to do this, as you can see in my hope tree, we do have the Grace of Shadow, mentioned it before. Every 20 energy increases the dodge of all allies by 15%. So that means that every 20 energy that we do build up, and we do build it up relatively quickly because we do have level 3 and level 3 in our energy build up, and we have level 2s along the additional energy enhancement down the board in slots 2, 1, 2, and 5 as well. And that is why we're able to build up that energy so quickly. And we do have that Grace of Shadow, which means that we're going to dodge a lot. I have absolutely no worry in my mind that we're going to be able to beat this enemy team. And again, the reason for that is now we do have that Holy Shield. So I did prioritize picking up a copy of Dullahan in order to get that 2-star or get that deviant synergy activated. And also now we've got Gaia to link alongside him. So we do get these stacks of Holy Shield. So we get a chance to build up, and every time we dodge an attack, we will retaliate with a basic attack. Once we retaliate, these guys will lose 1 HP, and this enemy boss here will lose all of his shield and I believe 40% of his HP when these guys go down. So as you can see, we are not out of round 1 yet, and these enemy minions are basically down to a third health, or a third of their health already. They just keep going down. And in this next bit here, in this next round, we should see these guys attack at least 4 times. Hopefully, we do get to dodge a couple of these attacks as well. But again, we'll just have to see. So we get the triggers here, and then we also get oh, we've not even finished our basic attacks yet. Maybe these guys will go down. That'd be mental. So we're in round 2 now. We get these dodges, and our basic attacks will counter-attack. Oh, well, we will counter-attack with those basics, reducing the enemy boss's health by 40%, and also taking off as much of this shield as we can. And as you can see, we're doing more than enough damage to this boss in order to beat him. I think we just need to keep powering through. Again, we'll just keep raising our attack, keep raising those stacks, those attack stacks, through Elisha and through Gaia as well. Those are the 2 units I would say that you need to prioritize. Well, the 3 units that you need to prioritize. Karnak is kind of irrelevant, but it is more Elisha, Dahlia, and Gaia as well. Speaking of which, there she is. I do love this art. I very much enjoy this art. But we got up to Nightmare 75. Nets me 30 of these golden coins. They say gold coins, but it's the red legendary coins. I currently have no use for them whatsoever, but I will do eventually. Yeah, so that's it from me. We got up to 75, and let's go ahead and claim our goodies as well. So there we go, spot on. 3 Oracle tokens, 3 Invoker crystals, 3 Advanced scrolls, 25 bronze coins, and 30 gold coins as well. Excellent. Well, thanks very much for watching. Hope it's been informative, and you have a great day. Good luck.